There was drama and excitement at the darts, but not at the London Stadium, I'm afraid. It finished 0-0 between West Ham and Brighton, and the Hammers fans came in for some criticism from TalkSPORT's voice of live football, Adrian Grumpy Durham.
This is where I want to say something about the West Ham fans tonight. The London Stadium was painfully quiet tonight. Halfway through the second half, I took my headphones off, I had to listen to it, and you could. It makes me wonder what exactly the fans want here, because it was so quiet. This team and this manager, these players, have given West Ham fans one of the best nights they'll ever have 6 months ago in Prague. One of the most memorable nights they'll ever have in their lives. They won a trophy, a European trophy for the fans to enjoy. First trophy for over 40 years. First trophy that any of them have ever witnessed in their lifetime. They wouldn't have been born in 80 when they won the Cup. Might be the only trophy they ever experienced their club winning in their lifetime. And here we are 6 months later, and the atmosphere at this stadium, I'll say it, I thought was an embarrassment tonight. You could hear a pin drop, you could hear the trains coming in at Stratford Station, you could hear the wind whistling around East London. You couldn't hear West Ham fans, not one of them. Why weren't they all singing Champions of Europe all night? Getting behind the team, driving them forward, being the 12th man. They've given you great times, these players.
Steady, Adrian. It was the weather was terrible. I drove down last night while the game was going on, sitting in traffic. The wind was whirling
but Al, sometimes I see where he's coming from. You've won a European trophy. Like, the players might just need a bit of energy from the crowd to get them going. They've lost three of their best players.
But the way they play, Gab, David would have said, look, we know what. They've already beaten Brighton, haven't they? So David's probably said, look, you know what they're like. They like to keep the ball. They like to press. We'll just sit there. Let them get behind us if they can. If not, we'll hit them on the counter. I know that's not normal for a home side to do, but that's the way David does it. And look at the table.
Do you think the way that they maybe played last night, maybe the fans can't get themselves up for it? I know David, you mate.
But listen, no, it's not nothing to do with that. I promise you, I've been to West Ham when it's been really noisy, and I've been when it's not been so noisy. I just put it down to after Christmas, weather. Brighton had a lot of the ball, and so at times I was saying to the Brighton players, come on, move it a bit quicker, get it wider quicker. So it was a funny game for me, but I wouldn't be slagging. Look, Adrian's entitled to, he sees more football than I do by a mile, but I would not be saying I wouldn't be having to go to the West Ham fans at home. Not last night, no chance. So what's the worst experience you've had? Don't say St Andrews.
What do you mean, worst experience? Like lively fans?
No, the worst when it's been so quiet.
Oh, quiet. Oh. I'm not going to lie and say there's not been games at Villa Park like that. Of course there is. Fans aren't going to be electric every game. Sometimes the players aren't performing on the pitch. Fans can't get themselves up for it. No one's putting the tackle in. Everyone's, a little bit off the pace. So maybe that's what the problem was last night.
But sometimes players can raise the fans by steaming in a few tackles.
I've done that a few times. And the fans, they're like, go on then. It gets the fans going.
Yeah, but you can't do it now. You end up getting a yellow or a red.
Yeah.
TalkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.